Well, hello everyone. My name is Sarah, and my YouTube channel is called Mana Reiki. And I am so blessed to be with everyone here today. And um, I, I I encourage everyone out there, if you know of someone that would really benefit from some of these tips that I use on this channel, or obviously even for yourself, but definitely you know reach out to them, and the more people that I can help, the better. Obviously, that's my main intention for this channel, is to help others feel better through the practice of Reiki. So just some housekeeping things before we start. As always, if you would like to give me a like, a subscribe, or donation, all of my information is in the description box down below. You can find also, I have my own little store in Etsy, where if you would like a chakra reading with me, I'm more than happy can do that for you. If you are in the neighborhood of Nebraska, I offer one-on-one Reiki sessions and readings as well. I haven't really reached out yet, just overall, like with virtual, like long distance Reiki yet, but eventually I might get to that point. But as of right now, it's mainly just through my Etsy, through Etsy. So check those out if you're interested, and glad you're here. So today the topic will be, we're going to be talking about how we can use Reiki for better sleep. And I think this is obviously a really important topic, because a lot of us do our feet sleep is affected, in so many and so many reasons behind those things. So um, I, uh, I think that it's an important conversation to have, because all of us are busy in our lives and have a lot that we have on our plate, and that's just the way it is, and with worries that we may have, or just physical ailments, or any of those things can weigh on our minds, weigh on our bodies, and it can manifest in various ways, to the point where it can affect our sleep. And as many of you know, probably, that if we don't have good sleep, then our health is affected, and we're not able to function our very best during the day. So sleep is definitely a huge, important part of staying healthy. So I know for me personally, if I don't have enough sleep, I'm not working at my best, and like I can get much more agitated, and just very, like, much more like mentally drained and emotionally drained. So I'm gonna just give some tips, as far as, like, if you want to incorporate this into your nightly practice before you go to sleep, through the wonders of Reiki. Please do. I do this every night, and it really helps me. So that's why I'm discussing it today. So keep the goal in mind today. I'm just going to provide you some gentle, like, nighttime Reiki routine, like a routine maybe to help support with your rest. So once again, we, in my past videos, I mentioned that Reiki is just energy. So when I talk about, like, being able to use Reiki in almost everything that we do, that's what I'm talking about, is energy. How we can balance out our energy through Reiki healing, energy healing. So that's why Reiki is so just so incredibly important for me personally, because anybody can do it. You don't have to have a certification or a license to practice it, as long as you are, tapped in and you're still, and you are listening to your body. You are able to use those practices of Reiki. Um, so with that, Reiki, because it deals with our energy, it helps release a lot of that energy that is either blocked because of tension, or, like either an area that's not getting enough energy, for various reasons. That can really affect our sleep. And so it can manifest in ways of, just our mental strength, and our mental uh, capacities emotionally, and physically too. So, if those things are affected, then definitely our sleep is more than likely going to be affected. So some different things, and all of us, like including myself, have different evening rituals that we do to get ready for bed. Some may be healthier than others. We'll just say that. Um, so, one some things to think about, to help kind of, as kind of a slower ritual to kind of slowly get you ready, is, like dimming the lights. If you have like if you have a way that you can dim your lights, or just gradually turning off lights as you go, soft music. I always recommend for people not to use music that has voice in it, because then you focus on the voice, so instrumental, um, orchestra, anything that's going to be relaxing to you. And my little kitty right here, Ash, he's relaxing with me, so he's practicing his own little self Reiki right now. So he's such a good buddy of mine. He's always right next to me, so he'll be there for the whole video. Um, and then maybe another thing that would be helpful is keeping like a gratitude journal, which, like I have a journal, and I write in it, and I will be honest and say that I don't write in it all the time. Um, but what I do every single morning and every single night is I reflect on the day. What happened throughout the day, what were some, things that went well in my day, and, what are things that I'm really grateful for that happened that day. And it allows me to, like go into that deep sleep knowing that like I did everything that I knew possible, to make it a successful day, and a day of, you know obviously like helping myself, but also, helping others, and I did it the best that I could. Um, so keeping, like a journal, um, and some relaxation techniques, there's tons of them out there. And what's really awesome nowadays, we have technology, and there are so many different, uh, sites out there, links, you name it. And they're all, a lot of them are free. You can just go on, um, and search relaxation techniques before bed, and they will pop up like crazy. So, just some of the things that I do just to kind of help myself get into that mode is slow breathing. Like that 4 second inhale. So breathing in deeply for 4 seconds, and then exhaling for 4 seconds. And the deep breathing is, it's a breath to the point where you're like focusing on trying to get that breath all the way deep within your belly, you know, and then blowing that out for 4 seconds. Some other, things that we also do, like professionally, like Reiki practitioners do on their clients, is scanning the body. So this is something that you can do to yourself. Scanning the body, just closing your eyes and really focusing on that and that all the areas of your body and how they're feeling. Is there any part of your body that's tense? Is it feeling like, do you have tension in areas of your body? Do you need to um, almost tell like that part of your body to relax and just let go? Um, Sometimes when we actually like focus on that area of the body and say those words into our brain, um, we can actually feel the tension leaving our body. But because we're in such, like a lot of us, throughout the day are in such busy mode, we don't realize how much tension we are carrying. And, and a lot of us, if, we've been through quite a bit, or if we have those um, wounds, then we might even be in like fight or flight mode. So that's even amplifies that tension as well. So, because we're always ready for the hit, like we're ready for something to happen. And obviously that can really take a toll on parts of our body. So, really taking time to recognize and scan each part of the body. And they have various um, areas like on YouTube that will guide you through it. And all you need to do is close your eyes and they will guide you through each part of the body and give you some visualization as to help you like release that tension as well. Um, And then that brings me to the visualization. Picturing in your mind, like those areas that you're focusing on. Like it can be anything that helps you relax. So, like, it can be like a soft, like picturing, like, I mentioned in previous videos of colors, white light, something that's very peaceful and calming to that area of the body. So, like, maybe even just, closing your eyes and envisioning that part of the body, it's being overtaken by this soothing, calming white light and warmth throughout your body, you know. Or it could be even just like, I remember a while back when I practiced yoga, and I still practice yoga, kind of on my own. But when I was at a studio, I still remember my instructor's words when we were laying, like on our backs at the end of the session. She would always say things like, you know, um, be be rooted to the earth. Let your shoulders melt into the earth. Let your shoulders, let your hips, let your back melt into the floor. And just using that language kind of almost helps you, get give you that picture of your body's just kind of oozing through the floor, and what you'll notice, is that you'll start to relax. Um, Other things too, like I really have used in the past for myself, because I'm definitely a person that's in my mind quite a bit. I'll use like a lot of different grounding techniques. So one of them that I use is the five senses technique, and that works really well for kind of putting your mind focusing on something else rather than what you're maybe you're like what you've been worrying about. So, it's a really good mindfulness technique. So the five senses, like you're thinking about like five things, five things that you can see, four things you can touch, um, three things that you can hear, um, two things that you can um, taste, or that you can, what was the other one? I'm blanking out, but and then one thing you can taste, and then two things you can touch. So, and then just continuously doing that in your brain, because it allows you to focus on that and being present. So closing out your practice. So the last thing that I like to do, and a lot of times by the time I get through this whole ritual, a lot of times I don't even get to this because I'm already asleep. But if you do, like, make sure you like set an intention for your restful sleep. Like, even as simple as just saying, tonight I'm going to get the best restful sleep that I can tonight. I'm going to leave my worries at the door. Um, I'm they will be there tomorrow. But right now, my intention, my goal is to get the best restful sleep that I know how to do. So that's a great way to kind of seal up your routine, and be able to feel like, like, okay, now I'm ready, and I've released my worries for right now, and I can now focus on getting a good night's sleep. So I would definitely encourage with this practice for everyone to use it consistently, because the more you use it, obviously, the easier it'll get, and the more it'll be just a part of your routine, and it'll be less, um, like, oh, not sure what that noise is, but sorry guys. But less, you know, or it would be harder to get back into it. So, all right. So I'm going to end off the reading with pulling a card for all of us, kind of seeing where our energy is lying right now, collectively, and maybe helping us get some advice on it. So I'm going to pull a card from the Wild Unknown Archetypes guidebook, or I should say the deck in the guidebook. So I have linked this deck below in my description. So if you're curious about this deck, it's really awesome. They have they're just really beautiful cards, and they just have really good messages. And they're really neat cards. They're circles, which is really cool. So I'm going to pull one card and kind of see where our energy is lying right now and what maybe we can focus on. So giving me a moment, I'll shuffle here while I'm doing that. Just really set your energy into the cards, and just deep breaths, just, setting your intention for yourself while I'm doing this. Okay, I'll take that one. I don't want it to fall out. So, all right. So we got the Maiden. That's a beautiful card. The Maiden. Okay. See a lot of pinks and purples, and then some yellows. So whenever I see colors like that, I think of the chakras because if you've watched previous videos or about the chakras, each chakra is a different color. So pinks and like, for example, the yellow represents the solar plexus, which is around our belly button, which the solar chakra, that is really representing like our confidence in ourselves. And then like pinks and purples are kind of that's kind of in our crown. That's the top chakra. So that's to our higher self. So I'm gonna hold this up. I'm gonna find the maiden, and then we'll sign out. So let's see. Maiden. That hand is sticking out to me for whatever reason. So okay. So the maiden archetype is the epitome of innocent arousal, naive sensuality, and precarious purity. She is compelling and addictive because of her flawless and youthful glow. She's the first archetype in the trifecta of maiden, mother, and crone, and rightfully so, because she has oh so much to learn. The maiden is perfectly positioned for trouble to come her way and subject herself to a challenge that leads to the next phase of womanhood. She must grow up, yet hesitates at the threshold, enamored by the charms of youth. The maiden represents the side of us that is riveted and curious, drawn to shadowy forests, dark nights, and taking just one taste of poisonous fruit. Her magic is edgy and includes both shame and delight. Let yourself fall down the rabbit hole, young one. I like that. So that sounds like to me about innocence. When you're just, when you're young and you're just learning new things, you just have this very like happy-go-lucky, you know, almost like naivete, but also like just good inner child energy. It's good. So they have some little side notes on the side. I'm going to read this one. Do you long to be rescued by another or receive a kiss that brings you back to life? Be wary of waiting for a prince. Break the spell of your own life. Hmm. And obviously that talks about, I think personally, like being able to recognize that you don't need other people to save you. You can definitely save yourself, and by doing so, you're going to be that much stronger within yourself. Moving from the maiden to the mother is challenging, often leaving unresolved tensions between the two archetypes for years, if not a lifetime. So once again, I just think of like, you know, especially if you're a woman, and men too, but, going from, like a teenager to kind of starting to grow up, it's really hard. And a lot of like milestones happen in that time, and it's where you become a woman and you become a man, and a lot of those changes are very uncomfortable because we're questioning who we are, and there's a lot of things that happen in our life that are not so nice, or maybe and we have to learn through experience. But once we do, and we become that strong woman or that strong man that who we are, man, we're so much wiser because of it. So being grateful for those experiences. So I do like that. I feel like this is a great card for all of us to remember that, also too, to recognize like really honoring your inner child, to have fun, and like not be like, in this day and age, there's a lot of really major things going on right now, and scary things, but also to remember to have fun, to laugh and enjoy life, and be silly, do silly things, just because you want to, like because it feels good. A lot of times it doesn't need to make sense. It just, if it makes you feel good, whatever, helps you do that, you need to do those things. And sometimes for us, it's hard to remind ourselves of that, because there's a lot of people and outside forces that want to remind us that we need to be serious and we need to be responsible. And yes, that is true. We do. But it doesn't take away the fact that we also need to have fun and enjoy life, because that's why we're here, is to be happy and really take that time to explore life, and really pursue the things that we love, and to just feel light and feel good. So I'm going to leave it here, but thank you so much for joining me today. And like I said, if you would like to subscribe to my channel or donate, please do. All the information is down below, and I hope that all of you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.